Stanford Patton. Reverend J. Stanford Patton, known as Reverend J.S. Patton, was Shiloh's very first pastor. He was born December 26, 1878, 2 years after slavery had ended. He was very active with the church. His hobby was mostly coming to the church and helping everybody. He loved to preach at Mount Olive in Shiloh. I had the pleasure to talk with Mother Patton, and she told me some wonderful things. I was very thankful to her about her and her husband. Reverend J.S. Patton passed away December 10, 1971. That's why Reverend James Stanford Patton is a huge part of our Black history.
My nana's name is Arnita Bernice Haynes Francis. She was born on February 22nd, 1922 in County, Texas.
Her parents' names were Reverend Grandpa Coleman and Ora Coleman. She was an only child, but she had 6 children, 26 grandchildren, 25 great-grandchildren, and 3 great-great-grandchildren.
Nana went to O.J. Thomas High School, and she was on the honor roll, and she is a valedictorian. Bronco was committed for 40 years.
She came to Albuquerque in the early 40s. She retired from City Hall and also was a senior director at Thomas Bell Community Center.
My nana loves music, and she loves dancing, and she loves food, and she loves Jesus.
She just celebrated her 91st birthday and says her family is what keeps her going.
She was teaching in choir for many years.
Nana is a part of Shiloh's Black history. On October 10, 1914 in Paris, Texas. Her mother died giving birth to her. Her father was a full-blooded Indian and he lived on the reservation, so she barely saw him. Her grandfather owned land in Paris, Texas. He also owned a church on that land, which was also her school where she got her 8th grade education. When she got older, she helped her grandfather with land, and she also helped to run the house. Eddie Mae Williams is and always will be a part of Shiloh's Black history.
Esther Watley was born in October to C.J. and Daphne Corley in Clarksville, Texas. She has 15 brothers and sisters. Sister Verena Smith is her sister. She worked in a jewelry store. She enjoyed knitting. She was a member of the Eastern Star. Esther Watley is a part of our Black history.
Dolly Mae Smith. My great-grandma's name is Dolly Mae Smith. She was born September 27th in Tyler, Texas. Her parents were William and Mary Bryant. She had one brother, Leo, and one sister, Texana. for the phone company. She was a member of the usher board for many years. She traveled to different states around for conventions and conferences. She worked at the Mount Olive Baptist State Convention. She also visited the sick and shut in. She passed away November 27, 2003. Dolly Mavis Best is part of Shiloh Black History.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sister Jo Ollie Haynes, known as Mama Jo, born November 13, 1916, was a long faithful member of Shiloh. She was the daughter of Lawrence and Clara Williams and the sister of Eugene, Amelia, and Johnny May. I talked to Zachary Hightower, the son of Reverend L.E. Hightower, and he told me a lot about Mama Jo. He knew her well because she was a mentor to Lovey Hightower, his mother. He remembers Mama Jo telling him how she worked on naval base during World War II. He says during her free time, Mama Jo loved to watch college football, and she also loved to watch the Dallas Mavericks. She also was an excellent baker and made a mean sweet potato pie. Mama Jo was a breast cancer survivor. Brother Zachary's fondest memory of her was when he, his wife, and his brother were driving back from Congress, and Zachary's oldest brother, Louis, was driving really fast. So Zach told him to slow down because Mama Jo wasn't used to driving so fast. But Mama Jo said, "Don't worry, baby, I used to roll like this." Member of Shiloh. She is a part of our Black history.
Oliver Young was born in Clarksville, Texas on November 19, 1914. Her father was Reverend Esmond Lewis, mother Mattie Dixon of Clarksville. She was one of 10 children. She accepted Christ at an early age at Pleasant Hill Baptist Church. She had 5 brothers and 4 sisters. She married Charles Albert Young of Clarksville. They were married for over 61 years. They had 12 children: Jerry, Joe, Charles, Novella, Dolores, James, Donald, Eddie, Cleo, Bobby, Calvin, and David. They moved to Albuquerque in 1955 and united with Shiloh under Reverend J.S. Patton. She was a member for 55 years under all 4 pastors. She went home to glory on June 7, 2010. She served as deacon, a past V2U president, member of SR Mission, and simply served where needed. She had a few words of wisdom that she felt were worth sharing. She believed that only what you do for Christ will last. She not only talked about Christ, but she lived it too. She never had to be asked to work. She did with a positive attitude and with the love of laughter. She was a nurse for 35 years and she retired at least 68 years old. She was the last family member to pass of the Young and Lewis family. Most importantly, she loved her family and not only wanted them to be saved, but shared the word with all those whom she came in contact with. Her and she cherished those moments. I asked Brother Bobby Young, her son, what she was something he taught was something he would always remember, being funny about his mom, and he said, "Mom had a cure for ADHD, and that one whoop those boys of mine. Forget the man, just whoop them." Oliver Young is a part of Shiloh.
My grandpa Eddington Jr. was born December trusty boy. My grandpa loved the Lord and his church. On Sundays, my grandpa loved to cook pancakes, bacon, and eggs. He served in the United States Army and Navy. He is my hero. My grandpa loves his children and grandchildren very much. And Eddie Jr. is part of our Black history.
Miss Leola Freeland Jennings was born June 7, 1916. She had 10 siblings, and her parents' names were Nathaniel and Nancy Freeland. At the age of 4, she began school and became a high school graduate of John White Consolidated School in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. She joined the church at the age of 10, was baptized, and formed a quartet with her sisters and cousins. They sang for many years. Miss Jennings has 6 children, 11 grandchildren, and 14 great-grandchildren. Miss Jennings was one of the 27 founding members of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. She was involved in many different committees throughout the years. She was involved with the Thomas Bell Community Center for 20 years. She was a member of the Senior Olympic Track and Field Program and won the state championship. Sister Leola Jennings is a part of Shiloh's Black history.
The person that is part of Shiloh's Black history is Mr. Clyde Haynes. He grew up in Nashville, Texas. He worked as a car polisher for 28 years. He enjoyed polishing cars. He is one of the first members of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. He is married to Sister Bernice for many years, and he is a veteran. He too was a part of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church Black history.
Was born on August 8, 1935 in Pulaski, Mississippi. Her mom's name is Juanita Brown. Her dad's name is Ernest Brown. Eloise has twin sisters that are still alive, and she has some brothers. Eloise graduated from high school. Eloise also liked working in youth groups and church groups. Her favorite things to do were making tissue box covers made out of yarn, and she also liked to read the Bible. Eloise's full name is Eloise Brown Sarvin, and Eloise Brown Sarvin is of her Black history.
Music has long been a golden thread in the fabric of the African American church community. Our African heritage is rich with music, dance, and storytelling, all sacred, and serving these purposes, religion, agriculture, fertility, hunting, and more. As with most of our African history, music has orally transmitted from generation to generation. Western civilization, in others, were intentional in the suppression of African music, especially among slaves. Because of this suppression, new forms of music were fashionized by African Americans such as jazz and gospel. However, traditional African styles of harmony, call and response, and strong rhythmic beats were kept. Slaves who were allowed to commune together in worship used this opportunity for self-expression with their music and dance.
Today we're going to be doing a dance called Kuku. It is a celebration dance from Guinea, West Africa. Here's a quote from Marcus Garvey said, people without knowledge of their past history or organic culture is like a tree without roots.